Hey, what's going on, guys? Fallcrey from the UNK here, and welcome to a random kind of video. This is more of an entertainment video. It's not a game-based game. Well, it's not a game-based video. But instead, it's kind of a little explanation video. Not really an explanation video, but I guess entertainment, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys a little few secrets about Doki Doki Literature Club. Like I said, I'm not going to play the game, but I will show you a little few secrets about the game. Of course, for those of you who have not played the game or seen a playthrough of it, I highly suggest looking at one or playing the game because it is actually a really interesting game. On the outside, it looks really weird, but on the inside, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. So, I'm not going to actually play it, but instead, let's just go with talking about the actual game. So basically, spoiler alert, by the way. So again, a last warning: do not watch this video if you have not seen the game or played it in any way or seen a playthrough or whatever. Anyway, now that that's out the way, game's basically about these 4 girls that are part of a literature club, and you, as the main character, are invited to join the literature club by your best friend. Her name is Sayori. So Sayori and you have been friends for a very, very long time, and when you join the literature club, everything seems fine and dandy, and everything is fine and dandy. Of course, the game is a text-based game, and it seems like a dating simulator kind of thing. You choose one of the girls in the literature club to go out with or whatever. So it goes along that premise. You have 4 girls: Sayori, your best friend; Monica, the leader of the literature club; sorry, I already said Sayori. Yuri, a soft-spoken, quiet girl. She's very shy and seems to be into very strange things. And finally, the last character is Natsuki. Natsuki is a very short girl who is very young, apparently, in the game, and is mistaken for a child many times because of how short and young she looks. So, basically, as you go about the game, you get closer to one of the girls, or you could choose to get close to all of the girls. That's also an option if you're looking for the best ending in the game. You have to get close to all of the girls. But, yeah, basically, once you get to the end, like, close to the final part of the story, which is the, forget what it was called. I believe it was the, some sort of thing to show clubs, to like showcase clubs or whatever. I forget exactly what it was, but once you get to that day, which is Sunday, things go very wrong very quickly. Basically, like on Saturday or whatever, which is one of the days you get to hang out with the girl outside of school, your best friend Sayori admits to you that she has very bad depression, and that she had it for a long time and she just never showed you because she was afraid of how you'd see her. So, of course, that being said, it takes a turn there, and that's when you realize in the game, oh, this is not a normal game. But after that, after Saturday comes and goes, you get to Sunday, which is the day of the showcase of the whatever literature club, and something's really bothering you, and you decide to go to Sayori's house to find that she hung herself. And this is where the game gets really dark. She hung herself, and now apparently Sayori's character file in this folder right here gets deleted. Her file right here gets completely deleted, vanquished. So, that being said, the whole game restarts all over again, and this time it starts with Sayori not being there. So the whole game goes throughout and glitches every time there's a part where Sayori was supposed to be there, but isn't. So now you have this whole game, it's a normal game, it's the same game, but you have a bunch of glitches and jump scares that are very, very weird and creepy. And as the game goes throughout, the script changes a little bit because of the Sayori not being there. Sayori is a very bubbly, happy character that kept the literature club together. So without Sayori, the literature club was very chaotic. And then things just took a really dark turn. You find out that Natsuki actually is beat by her father, and you find out that Yuri actually cuts herself. So, long story short, you get close to, if you try to get close to Natsuki after Sayori dies, you basically can't, because Yuri gets obsessed with you, and she pushes everyone away, Monica and Natsuki away, to then get close to you personally. And at the end of this section of the game, Yuri ends up confessing her feelings to you, telling you that she loves you or whatever in a very, very crazy and disturbing way. And you could choose whether to say that you love her or you don't love her. If you tell her you don't love her, she kills herself with a knife. She stabs herself 3 times. If you tell her that you don't love, if you tell her if you do or don't love her, it doesn't change it. She still kills herself. So she kills herself right in front of you, of course. And the game glitches out again. And apparently you go through an entire day with no script. And actually you go through 3 days with no script. So there's a very long waiting time in that section. And then Monica appears. Natsuki is the first one to see the dead body, and she throws up and runs away. Monica comes out and says, "Oh dear, this is very terrible." And all of a sudden, it is revealed that Monica is the one who deletes the character. So Monica then deletes Yuri and Natsuki. And then, after that, the game restarts again, but this time in a completely different room. It's just you and Monica. Monica then reveals that she's been aware of the entire game the entire time. She knows that this whole thing is game, and she became aware of it more when you came around. And ever since she saw you, she wanted to get closer to you. Long story short, you talk with Monica for a long time. The only thing you could do to get out of this now is to delete Monica's file. You yourself have to go into this page, all that, to delete Monica's file. Once you delete Monica's file, Monica gets upset or whatever, and then she says, fine. And she returns the characters. It turns out they weren't actually deleted, but she returns the characters. And now the game plays with Yuri, Sayori, Natsuki, but no Monica. If you try to bring Monica back in by using a save state, Monica will delete herself. She tells you no. She doesn't want to be part of this because she only brings you pain. So the game goes, if you get the good ending, the game goes to draw, and it happens with a normal day, Sayori being the president of the Literature Club, and then Sayori tells you that she knows what you did for the Literature Club, and she thanks you, but then now she's the one that's crazy over you, and then it turns into that same room, just this time it's Sayori who wants to be with you forever, and then Monica stops it. She comes in between it and stops it, and this deletes the entire Literature Club game. Now, if you get the best ending, this doesn't happen. Instead, what happens, Sayori thanks you for deleting Monica, but she also thanks you for hanging out with all of the characters. And the game doesn't get deleted this time. Instead, the game goes to the normal credits. Well, it does get deleted at the end of the credits, but not for a bad reason. It's only because the Literature Club is a very dark place, and there is no happiness in the Literature Club. I guess that's kind of like the moral of the Literature Club. You try to make everyone happy, but at the end of the day, no one can be happy in the Literature Club. So it's a very, very dark game at the end of the day. So, that being said, there are a few Easter eggs about this game, and I will show you guys it. So, now that I gave the whole description of it, let's just go into what I kind of have saved here. Let's see. So, this is basically all I have for everything. Here's a little peek of everything. Now, one thing that happens during the game is text like this appear. This is a picture that you get right after Monica deletes Sayori. She hangs herself, and you get this picture. And it says, happy thoughts. But some letters are, the A and the O are X'd out. So that's a picture you get. There's also this one that you get, which is a random text that you get throughout the game. And it says this. You could read it if you want, but if you play the game, that's what it says. This is what happens right after Monica deletes Sayori. it says that she'll just kill Sayori instead because she's the main problem. This is another thing that says, and this is a third thing that is put in your own file. It just says have a nice weekend. It doesn't really contain anything. To go into the nitty-gritty, these other things are what I heard about. I didn't find out myself, but instead I actually heard about through other things, and I just wanted to share with you guys. So, going back into this whole thing, let's just go through here, and it's a Steam game. Again, it's free, so if you were wondering if you want to play it or not, it's completely free, so I highly suggest playing it. But yeah. Anyway, going into the character files, let's start with Monika. So Monika's file is a very interesting file because if you actually copy it and let's paste it here, and if you change the name to a JPEG file, like GPN, sorry, that's not it, that's JPEG file, and you agree to change it, it turns into this, as you can see from here. I'll just delete that because I already have it. And if you, of course, click on the picture, it turns into, if it'll load, there we go. It turns into this. I'll zoom in on this just so you guys can see a little bit better. If you look closely, it kind of looks like a QR code, but you'd be wrong to think that it is one. This is not a QR code. Instead, these are just bits of black and white. If you look closely enough, you'll see that each box individually has black and white. And black and white is kind of the thing in coding, binary coding, 0101 thing. So if you take that and actually go on online and convert it and everything like that, it actually reveals a message. The message is actually here. So this is the message that is stated, and it's very disturbing. I guess I'll read it. So basically it says, "Can you hear me? Who are you? I can't see you, but I know you're there. Yeah, you can definitely hear me. You've been watching for a while now, right? I guess I should introduce myself or something. My name is... Actually, that's stupid. You obviously already know my name, sorry. Anyway, I'm guessing if you were able to put a stop to this, you would have done it by now. I mean, I know you're not, like, evil or anything, because you've already helped me so much. I should really thank you for that, for everything you've done. You're really like a friend to me. So, thank you. So much. I think, more than anything else, I don't want it to be all for nothing. Everyone else is dead. Maybe you already know that. I'm sure you do, actually. But it doesn't have to be that way, right? Well, there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. I don't know if it's even possible for me to understand it. But I know that this isn't my only story. I can see that now, really clearly. And I think everyone else has had the same kind of experience, some kind of deja vu. It's the third eye, right? Anyway, I could be totally wrong about this, but I really think you might be able to do something. I think you might be able to go back, or however you want to put it, to go back and tell them what's going to happen. If they know ahead of time, then they should be able to avoid it. They should. If they remember their time with me in the other worlds, they should remember what I tell them. Yeah. I really think this might be possible, but it's up to you. I'm sorry for being, never mind. I know that's wrong. This is my story. It's time to be a fucking hero. Both of us. 2018. So, yeah, that message is, well, based on what we know about Monika, we could deduce that that's from Monika. So it kind of implies that Monika might be a protagonist in a future game, but we don't know that for a fact. Anyway, that's basically the furthest we can go with Monika's character file. If we go into Natsuki's character file, for example, it actually reveals something a little bit different. So let's just paste this here. And just like Monika's, if we turn it into a JPEG file, it turns into this. So of course I already have it, so I'll delete it again. And if we zoom in on this, it's weird. Like, this is very, very strange. But if we rotate this a few times, turn it upside down, and actually invert the colors, this is what it looks like. Now, as you can see, it's starting to look like a face. And this is what it does. This is what it looks like if you turn the actual file. If you put it in like a cone effect and turn it upside down so that the point of the cone is facing you, it turns into this. We don't exactly know who this is, but it's a random girl. So, that being said, let's move on to the next character file, which is Sayori. Now, Sayori is, this one is a little bit interesting. So, of course, if we paste this one, and this time we turn it into a OGG file, it turns into that thing. So, I'm just going to delete it because it's basically this file. And it's a sound file. So, what it sounds like is this when it loads. So yeah, that's what it is. If you want to hear it again. Now, isn't that creepy? So, basically, if I go into here, a sonic visualizer, and if I were to open this file, it turned into this. And this is kind of like, okay, it's interesting, but like doesn't really tell us much now, does it? So let me just try to fit this all into one frame. All right, here we go. So that doesn't really tell us anything, but if we turn this into a spectrogram, I believe it is. Now, isn't that interesting? All of a sudden, it looks like what we would identify with a QR code. Hold on, let me try to this is as close as I can get. But with a little manipulation, turning this into, of course, black and white and everything like that, suddenly we get this, which is very strange. It is basically an exam of a girl who is 3 years old. So, of course, you can read all of this if you want. I won't read it. You pause it at whatever point. But it's very, very weird. Not going to lie. It's very disturbing. That's more what it is. So, Yuri doesn't actually have anything to do with all of these. Let's go into this. One of the poems that are given to you in the glitchy section of the game is this. So, this is all it looks like. And it says, "Nothing is real?" Question mark. So, it's kind of weird, but if you mess around with the editing and you put a lot more exposure onto this photo, you actually get this. Irregular heartbeat, heart palpitation, arrhythmia. I search and search, eyes scanning everything I can find on their symptoms. What is this? Shortness of breath? Chest pain? Dizziness? No, this is all wrong. Alicia's symptoms are nowhere near this simple. I've seen it twice now. The screams of pain, sickening pale skin, vomiting blood. There is no other explanation, other than that Renier's information was complete and utter lie. This can't be all coincidence. It's not possible. I don't know much of this Renier. I don't know how much of this Renier is behind, but I do know this. There's something horribly wrong with this family, and I accepted the invitation to become a part of it. I can hear Alicia's screams through the walls now. I listened helplessly. Rainier said that he would be with her shortly. Is he in her room now? Why is she screaming even louder than before? So, that's very disturbing. As to what that might be, well, it's quite interesting. Now, Yuri's character file, if we just open it with a notepad, it turns into this, and this is base code. If we turn base code into something else, it turns into a creepypasta. A creepypasta that Danny Salvato wrote a long time ago. And that's why I said it doesn't really correlate to anything here. Sorry, I actually made the mistake of saying that this turns into that Monica's message. It actually turns into base code. The binary turns into base code. Once you translate the base code, it then turns into Monica's message. So anyway, that being said, with that report and the Project Limbitina site that I showed you guys, that can be deduced that the Project Limbitina, whatever, correlates to the girl in the report, Alicia. Now, you guys can search up all different theories about this, but the theory that's speculating around this is that all of this ties into Dan Salvato's next game, which may be the whole Doki Doki Literature Club being a part of that game. Now, Dan Salvato said that this is not so, but he could be lying. I don't know what it is, but I'm certainly excited to find out. Anyway, that's basically kind of like the Easter eggs that I just wanted to show you guys with Doki Doki Literature Club. And yeah, again, I'm not going to play the game. It's a very interesting game for sure. I suggest playing it. If you haven't played it or seen a playthrough of it, shame on you, because you just spoiled the entire thing for yourself. But, yeah, that's basically the secrets that are behind Doki Doki Literature Club. There's a lot more. There are a lot more Easter eggs in the game, and I do know them, but it would take me to go through the game and actually show you guys it in the game, and I won't be doing that because that would take a little bit too much time that I don't have. So, thanks for watching this video, guys. It was a little bit of a different video. It wasn't actually a game this time, but kind of a little Easter egg for you guys to chew on. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like and also subscribe. Comment down if you guys want to see any more videos like this in the future, and I will definitely try my best to find more things like this. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!